Guys, I originally ordered this on January 28th through AMAIN after being on perpetual back order. Delays, all this, all that. Ended up getting my money back for it, and that was what I used to buy the Vanquish VS410. Then it comes back in stock, so I had to throw down again. But here it is. At this point in time, this is not exactly a new truck to the market, so I'll just show you guys what catches my eye on it. And I've got the UDR sitting right here, so a little bit of a size comparison, and I'm going to pull the bodies off, and we're going to look underneath and just see how comparable they really are. So guys, take a look. One thing I noticed right off the bat is this is not like the SBR, the version 1. This one is much more refined, but the stickers seem to leave a lot to be desired. And my buddy Troy just got one, and he says, yeah, stickers could be an issue, but I had the first version. It was the green one. I had that along with the UDR, and one of them had to go, and the Losi was the one to go. This particular one right here, from what I can tell, is going to stay. The suspension is plush. It moves a lot. The rear tires, they hit up underneath here, so I'm going to put a little rub pad or something on there. Now, in most trucks, when they actually, the suspension compresses, the actual chassis can actually hit the ground, but not this one. It stops pretty high up. Now, as awesome as that sounds, without the chassis being able to actually slap the ground, now I know this is going to sound weird, but without the chassis being able to slap the ground, when this thing bottoms out off a big jump, it's all that is going right to the shock tower, more so than, you know, what you would normally find. So I don't know if we're going to have any issues with that, but we'll have to find out. On this one, they got rid of the stupid 20mm hexes and they went to the 17s, so much better off for wheels and tires and stuff like that. So it's got nice dual tires in the back, spare tires. They are legit, so we are good to go. So what I'm going to do right now is get the Traxxas UDR on the table and give you guys a side-by-side of those. And I've also got the Arma. So we'll get all those on the table if they'll fit. We got to start out with a poor old UDR. This was the demo model out of the hobby shop. I bought it, and I have beat the heck out of this poor thing. It's pretty much got everything Vitavon makes for it. So, but it is not even close in size to the Brenthel. And it's the same way with the Mojave. Look at that little guy. You know, and the UDR is not a small vehicle, and neither is the Mojave, but this thing, it is just huge. I mean, you guys have seen the size comparisons and all that before, so I won't go into it too much more, but wow, just monstrous. I mean, it doesn't even fit on my table very well like this. Even with the UDR in front of the Losi, it's still, it's just not even a fair comparison. That Losi is a monster. So, and the Mojave will be the exact same way. So we're just going to go ahead and get the body off the Losi and see what's underneath that thing. And no kidding, there are 20 bolts holding the body in place. And it's all one piece. With the body off, the cage work looks really good. It's got a big 750 kV short can 5th scale motor, so it's got a lot of beef there. There is not room enough to put a normal long can motor like for a Castle or Hobby Wing. So if you go to change this out, you're kind of stuck with a short can big motor. So yeah, I like the cage. This right here is flexible. Some would call it flimsy. I mean, the way I see it, that should absorb some pretty bad landings. Not that I'm going to crash, because I don't ever crash when I drive, you know. Yeah, nice and easy. But anyways, yeah, that's going to absorb some landings. The front bumper that's a little more rigid up there, so that should be all right. It's got the King shocks on it, so pretty sure it's the same shocks the other one had, just they are called Kings now. Now when this thing bottoms out, there's a lot of force going to be transferred to this piece right here. That's going to be interesting to see if that can survive like a big, tall, flat landing. That's where that's really going to hit. Or, you know, a big off-camber landing where it just really hits at one side, because this isn't exactly a lightweight vehicle. So, but anyway, I think it looks really good. I really think it looks good. This right here, which I find interesting. Now the version 1, the older one, actually had a steel axle in here, but it would actually peel out or pull out of the dog bone and get hung up. So it appears their fix is a big plastic drive shaft. Well, I guess we'll find out how that works out. I mean, it's beefy. Maybe it will. Now the ESC in this is pretty much the Spectrum version of the Hobbywing Max 6. It's the Smart ESC, so it's got a few changes to it, but I have a Max 5 sitting in the bin over there that needs a home. And this may, in fact, be the home for that Max 5. We'll just have to see how this works out. I mean, that ESC may be plenty. I mean, the one I've got in the Losi DBX LE 2.0, that one's running fine. I haven't had to swap that one for the Max 5 yet, so we'll just have to see. While I've got everything off, I want to mention the sway bar. It's really close to the pivot point right here, the fulcrum of the rear suspension arm. That really kind of takes away the effectiveness, but the bar does look nice and beefy, so maybe it'll help keep some of that torque twist down. Personally, I prefer the sway bar out towards the axle. It just seems to make it more effective, but you know, you're looking at the design of this chassis and they'd have to completely redesign something across there to get a sway bar in, because all that whole back half does, all that does is hold the tires. I mean, it doesn't do anything structurally. It's just there for looks and to hold your tires. Pretty much that's all I've got for that, but it does come in the bag with a set of these, because you got some toe in. I believe it's maybe 3 degrees toe in. These right here are 0 degrees. So I guess if you want to maybe rip a few extra donuts, that might be it. But this does have open diffs, 3 diffs in it. So yeah, might be, I don't know if we want to have to lock that back up, but this thing may in fact get some of those good old earplugs. Don't know yet. First, I got to get this thing out for a drive. I mentioned the stickers earlier, and I do want you guys to see they really are not, you know, on there very well. I'm not sure what their process was in putting these on, but they may not survive. But regardless, I mean, at least for now they look good. As far as batteries go, I've got the Turnigy 5000 milliamps, the Genze 6000 milliamps, and the Power Hobby 7200 milliamps. So I've got all those. With these batteries right here, you pretty much are going to need a spacer. These right here, they're close enough that you don't really need a spacer there, but the fore and aft movement, I may need to figure something out for that, but all these batteries fit. And I do run the XT90s, so I'm going to have to run some adapters to get into that. Yeah, going to be interesting. It is time to power this thing up for the first time, and yeah, this is way too much truck to get loose in case something goes wrong, so at least this way. Okay, we are powered up. Looks like everything is armed. We've got steering. Let's give it some throttle. Now, the first version, it was really kind of loud. Not sure how this is going to be yet. Let's try the brake real quick. Okay, brake actually seems like it's got some on it. If that sounded weak at all, I know the tires aren't on it or anything like that. I was gonna go and connect to it and turn it down or turn it up, but hey, looks good. Everything powered up. Lights are on. Well, let's see. Oh yeah, there's a plug underneath there I didn't turn on for that first light, or the headlights or the grill lights. But awesome. There we go. Everything is on. It's got these lights. I know I didn't got any brake lights, does it? But now I would like to see brake lights active when you hit the brakes. That would be cool to see. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna do my stand-up routine now. Get ready to laugh. Guys, it's an impressive truck. And if you're into this truck, you've probably already seen every other video. Probably nothing I can tell you about this thing that you don't already know. But for me, just getting it, I like the fact that they went to the 17mm hubs, the hexes. I like it, but it may be a little bit too small for such a big truck on 8S. We'll have to find out. The tires, hopefully they hold up. I gotta do a little research on those, but as long as they hold up, they'll actually stay and be just fine. Stickers, I can see some guys having an issue with this. I mean, it's a $900 truck, you know, but ultimately, in the end, it's going to get cartwheeled. It's going to get barrel rolled. It's going to get the snot beat out of this thing. So, whether you have perfect stickers or not, the rest of the truck is not going to be perfect pretty quick. This particular one right here, I've got a bunch of parts in a box I have had since I first ordered this thing back in January. Yeah, they'll be going on it soon. But anyway, guys, hopefully you like my little almost unboxing of an old truck, maybe. Guys, check that description. Hopefully this thing is still in stock by the time this video goes up. AMain, eBay, Amazon, and Horizon. They are affiliate links. Use those links to help out the channel. And guys, check that description. Use those links. Make sure you're subscribed. And thank you all for watching. Guys, if you like what you see, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and ring that bell. So, in the description, there's a link to become a channel member. If you want to become a channel member, it's a very simple $2, $5, $10, or if you really got some money, $25 a month. It's a simple way to support the channel. So, get that, and I am doing monthly giveaways for members only, so you might want to consider it. So, guys, use those links. Make sure you're subscribed. Thank you all for watching.